you a professional?
Are you?
That's it, Clark. Show him who's boss.
Oh, we're all in this together.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to the Clark Griswold YouTube channel. I am Mr. Clark Griswold. Happy to have you guys here. I am happy to be here to run over our watch list, our Lotto Friday watch list for Friday, May 6th. If you are a first timer to the channel, then welcome to you guys as well. Welcome to the Strat. Welcome to the Clark Griswold YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, you can do so down below. Hit that subscribe button. Then hit that bell. That bell gives you notifications for when I send out videos exactly like this one, like our Lotto Friday setups, our daily setups, our weekly swings, our monthly swings, informational videos, learning tools, motivational videos, 3-1 setups like I suggested you guys watch before this one, just so you know what we're going through. You know, inside bars, outside bars, what do the numbers on the candlesticks mean? 30 and 30 plays, all kinds of other stuff. You can also follow me on Twitter at Mr. Clark Griswold. You can comment there, DM me there. You can do the same thing here on any of my videos, and I get back to you guys usually within the same day. Okay, so let's hop to it. Let's get started. There's only about 20 plays on this list. I'm going to probably run through the top 5 in this list as well. You guys will know what they are if you watch the videos, okay? If you watched in the past, you know what the top 5 plays will be, and I'll let you guys know on this video as well. Okay, so let's get started with Uber. Uber had a 2 up that finished red. A 2-bar only breaks the high of the previous candle, as you can see here, but we did finish red. Okay, so that gives us probability that we are going to trend further down. Okay, we also have the time frame continuity on our side to the downside, so we can click our indicator tab up here, type in time frame continuity, author is board rider B. That will give you this indicator right here, so you know which time frame or which direction the stock is moving on multiple time frames. Okay, so as I said, we have a 2 up that finished red, so we're going to look for puts on Uber tomorrow at 26.20. That'll be our trigger price, and our first target is this green line right here, or our first magnitude. And I think actually we are looking at, is it a lower? I think that's an all-time low. Oh, it is not. I'm a liar. So in order to get your next, we're way back here, to get your next target, that is your next target there. So you guys can go back and check that out. I'm not going to zoom in, but that would be your second target for Uber. Oops, look at this. Hopefully that goes away soon, because you guys aren't going to be able to see a dang thing. Let's, okay, there's your second target. You guys can go look for your third, fourth targets, so on and so forth. Hopefully that's gone. I don't even know if you guys can actually see this, but next up, we'll go to MU. MU has a 3-1 setup. Guys, I told you to watch the 3-1 video setup. Okay, so this is why, because there's a bunch of these plays on here. 3-1 setup is an outside bar followed by an inside bar. It's a very rare pattern. If you watched the video before, you'll know that. I talked about it. So an outside bar breaks the high and the low of the previous candle. An inside bar stays within the range of the previous candle, doesn't break the high or the low. Okay, and if we go back in time and look, as we did in that video, the 3-1 setup video and how to play those, this is how rare they are. For MU, we have to go back to June of 21. Okay, so let's go back to June of 21 and see what happened here with the 3-1 setup. So if we go in and we're looking at this 3-1 setup, 3-1 and a break to the high side for 3 days. Okay, that's the only one I'm going to look for MU because I do want to get through this video for you guys. I'm putting it out late again. Family comes first. We just had a bunch of things with the dentist and stuff, so unfortunately the video is out late today. You guys will have a plethora of videos on the weekend though for the swing setups and the daily setups. Anyways, back to this 3-1 on MU. This will be in our top 5. We can take calls at 72.56, puts at $70.36. Okay, next up we've got IBM. IBM has a inside bar. So you can see on these inside bars, really nice breaks to the downside, really nice break to the upside, and now another inside bar. So we can take calls at 137.26, puts at 134.72 on IBM. You can probably put IBM on your top 5 list as well, okay? Walmart, another 3-1 setup, okay? So we know how to play these already. I don't have targets on here. We can put them on very easily there and there. There's your targets. Calls at 153.81, puts at 151.40. Walmart is on our top 5. Okay, Roku is up next. ROKU, another 3-1 setup. Okay, so we can take calls on Roku at 108.81. There's your target at the top there. Puts on Roku at $100.69. There's your first target to the bottom side at 98.22. Roku would also be on the top 5, okay? Adobe, another 3-1 setup. So again, put this one on your top 5 list, guys, for tomorrow, Lotto Friday. Inside bar, we can take calls at the trigger point of 417.91 and puts at 395.71. UPST, that's Upstart. Upstart has a nice inside bar here. It's a pretty tight range on it. So that leaves us nice magnitude, nice room to hit the magnitude, hit our targets, hit our pivots, whatever you want to call it, okay, to the top side or the bottom side, okay? So we can take calls at 92.17, puts at 86.72. If you guys have questions, feel free to leave them down below and I will get back to you guys. Next up is Citigroup, ticker symbol C, inside bar. Calls at 52.13, puts at $50.70 on Citigroup. KDP, that's Keurig Dr Pepper, has a 2-up that finished red. That's the same as we talked about in the very first play. I think it was on Uber. So we can look for puts on this one at 36.72, and there is our first target. Okay, next up, Twitter, Elon Musk's new company, had a 2-up that finished red. We also have this gap to fill, okay? So we're going to look for puts on Twitter. And we can take those puts at $49.80 trigger. And our first target, normally we take the bottom of the wicks. We have this gap here, so we use the top of the wick. The next target is the bottom of that candle, okay? So simple, simple. Next up, we've got AMD. AMD has an inside bar. Okay, so we can take calls on AMD at 97.84, puts at 92.31. Ford Motor Company, inside bar on Ford. You can take calls on Ford at 14.82, puts at $14.33. FUBO is up next. FUBO TV, 3-1 setup. This probably doesn't have a lot of liquidity to it, meaning the spread between the bid and the ask might be far apart, but you guys can look at it in the morning. We do have this nice 3-1 setup here, okay? The last time FUBO had a 3-1 setup, there was a couple of them, but you can see here, outside bar, inside bar, and we had a nice run down. Same thing here, outside bar, inside bar, really nice run up for 2 days. Okay, and this one actually ran down for 3 days on FUBO. So, again, those 3-1 setups are golden, guys. It's a golden goose, and they usually work out really, really well when they come up, okay? So calls at 450 on FUBO, puts at $3.95. GE, that's General Electric, has an inside bar, and it's a fairly tight range inside bar. Okay, so we can take calls at 80.23, puts at 77.50. Unfortunately, the magnitude or your pivot points are not spread very high, so I would watch this play tomorrow if you are thinking about taking it, and make sure you take profits at your targets. Okay, inside bar on Coca-Cola, ticker symbol KO. We have full time frame to the downside. You can take calls on this one at 65.01. You don't have great magnitude to the top. Okay, it's fairly shallow, but when we go to the downside, you have a lot of room here to run. Okay, so you can look for Coke tomorrow as well. PINS, that's Pinterest. Pinterest has another inside bar, and there are a ton of these inside bars, and you can play these as it's the same as a 3-1. We're really realistically following that 1 bar pattern or that inside bar pattern, but it just, when we get that 3-1, it's just a little bit more rare, and it seems to be a little bit more powerful. But even on these inside bars, guys, we have a nice breakdown, hit targets. Hey, if we go back to find any more here, look, inside bar, breakdown, inside bar, breakdown, and we did hit targets. Inside bar, break to the high side, hit targets, hit the broadening formation, okay? So inside bars are really powerful setups as well, okay? Or 1 bars when we're dealing with the strat. So that's Pinterest, the inside bar. SOFI has another inside bar, so we can take calls on SOFI at $7.11 or puts at $6.57. And Datadog is our last one, guys. Has a 2-up that finished red. We can look for puts on DDOG at 106.94. There's your first target. If you like the video, guys, give me a thumbs up. You can follow me on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube as well for more great information and stock setups. And until the next one, guys, bye-bye.